Hey yo, what's up, fam? Well, I'm here to talk about this topic about single mothers and the signs on why you shouldn't date them and the signs on why you shouldn't be bothered with them. And I'm gonna expose the red flags on single mothers and the stuff they do because trust me, I have my fair share with only two single mothers and that didn't work out very well as it didn't work out very well. And I will explain that too. Here's the thing. You brothers, you single brothers with no kids, you need to stay away from these single mothers who have kids. And especially if the baby father, whether he's a good one or whether he's a bad one. Especially if it's a bad one. Oh boy. Especially if it's a bad one. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. It's going to backfire. Because here's the thing. You are a single brother with no kids, and you have a life, you have freedom, whatever, and stuff like that. It's gonna end up backfiring on your ass because you gotta take care of some crazy single mother bastard ass kids who are bad, they crazy, they disrespectful, they'll curse you out. They're so rebellious against the mother. They're rebellious against the father. And 9 times out of 10, you the new dude. You know that basically like the stepdad. They disrespectful and they all bad towards you and everything. And you trying to be like a kind of father figure to their bastard ass kids. But it doesn't work out very well, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. And the danger part about dating a single mother. But here's the thing before I said it. Not every single mother's a bad mother. But we got a whole bunch of crazy, wicked single mothers out here who are doing a whole bunch of chaotic shit. And that will be exposed in this video today. And here's the thing. For you single brothers with no kids, I advise you not even waste your time dealing with them. Because especially if the baby father's still involved. And here's why I say it will never work out. And you try to love this new woman, knowing she's a single mother, she has like 2 kids or whatever. How many kids she has? But she has like more than 2, say like 4 to 6. You might as well back the fuck up and just back off. Because I'm gonna explain why. Because the red flags of that, because she got 4 different baby fathers. That's too much. She got about 4 different kids with 4 different baby fathers. They all fucking deadbeats. They don't give a shit about the kids. They don't give a shit about seeing them or none of that whatsoever. And then now you gotta put up with. And now if you dating her, now if you dating her, and you are willing to be with this damn girl and deal with her crazy rebellious kids. And next thing you know, the red flag you're gonna see is the cursed deadbeat baby father still living with her. And trust me, for dudes who dealt with single mothers, you should know how this roll. The baby mother and the baby father drama. Oh Lord have mercy. That is a huge red flag for why I say y'all shouldn't deal with them. Because they're going to be arguing back and forth about their kid and blah, saying, oh, why you ain't doing this for the kid? Oh, why you doing that? You need to be a good father to your fucking kid and blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. They start arguing non-stop back and forth. They fussing and fighting, arguing the phone, arguing the household. They going insane over this fucking shit about their freaking kids. And I'm gonna tell you the dangerous red flag of single men with no kids dealing with a single mother with like a bunch of fucking kids. I'm telling you, you're not gonna win dealing with them. Because here's the kicker why you won't win. Because you're gonna have that single mother who's still holding a whole bunch of grudges and emotional issues and a bunch of mental problems with the past men she dealt with. They were cursed. They were fucked up. They treated her like shit. They were no good. And they cheated on her. They just used her for pussy to knock her up and all that. And they just put a seat on her and they walked out. Didn't give a shit. And they doing whatever. And trust me, the way she treats her baby father, you gotta peep this if you dealing with a single mother who has kids. Watch how she treats the baby father. Baby father. The way she treats him is the way she gonna treat you. 9 times out of 10. And trust me. And another red flag, if you living with her and you living with her and the baby father stood there, whether he's good or bad, I'm telling you that's gonna turn out to be a whole hellation. You're gonna have a big hell fest. And trust me on it, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win that battle dealing with the single mother and the baby father and you living with him. You're not gonna win that battle. I'm gonna explain why you're not gonna win that battle. Because regardless of knowing he's a fucked up piece of shit, he not but a drug addict, he ain't no good in the street, he fucking different bitches and all this other stuff, and he doing all this other shit, he's only coming around saying how just to get pussy from the baby mother because, you know, he just wants to fuck, and he, even though they're not together, he still coming around wants to fuck. He ain't there for the kid because he don't give a shit about the kid. He has no care in the world about the son or her. He just coming around to get pussy, and he's only taking advantage of her and only still trying to be around her because he's using that kid as an advantage to manipulate her and just to get pussy out of her and still treat her like shit. And trust me, on this, brothers, you're not gonna win. Because a lot of these single mothers out here, they're gold diggers. They looking for somebody to take care of their crazy bastard, cursed, rebellious ass kid. Not saying every single mother has crazy, cursed ass, rebellious kids. There are some good mothers out here who has good kids, they have good moral standards and everything, and there's single mothers who do take care of their business. But I'm talking about the irresponsible, you know, I'm talking about the crazy single mothers. I'm talking about these crazy bros out here I'm talking about. You single brothers with no kids, you should not deal with them. Because a lot of these single mothers are hoes. They just jump from dick after dick, like after dick after dick. They just jumping around like it's like a poker stick, looking like a bunch of retarded whole jackasses, you know, trying to look for a man, trying to, you know, take care of their bad-ass kid, and they sitting there, you know, gold digging too. Because there are a lot of single mothers who are actually gold diggers, even if they got jobs, bachelor degrees, or whatever. There are a bunch of gold diggers. Because you doing what a single mother is taking a whole rack of shit out of your finances. You won't be in financially risk because you take care of another man's seed that's not even yours because you never knocked to grow up. And you take care of another man's child, knowing he's a deadbeat piece of shit and he ain't giving a shit about the kid. You're taking on another man's responsibility. And trust me, the single mom wants you to waste your money on her bastard, crazy ass, rebellious kids who don't listen to her, and they do whatever the fuck they want, and they spoiled and all this other shit. You getting gypped out of your money by the single mother. You know, especially if you live with her, you gotta pay the bills, you gotta feed her freaking kids, and you gotta sit there and waste your time taking care of her crazy bastard ass misbehaved kids. And trust me, that's gonna be a big problem because the baby father, he's still present and he's a badass baby father, no good piece of shit. Trust me, I'm telling you, you're not gonna win because he's gonna manipulate the baby mother to try to break you and her up and everything else, and they're gonna be arguing and fussing and fighting, and 9 times out of 10, the baby mother still has feelings for the baby father, and they still secretly fucking, they still catching feelings, and you know they secretly still fucking. The baby mother still secretly still chasing after him, still trying to work things out with him, knowing he was a no good piece of shit, still trying to get back with him, knowing they have a kid, because that's how those no good cursed men have manipulated and emotionally destroyed the single mother. Because they know by the back of their head that, okay, if I have kids by this woman, I can take advantage of her emotionally and mentally because we have kids, so I can use that as my advantage to make sure the single mother of his kids don't, end up staying with him and being forced to still be with him, knowing deep down she don't want to be with him and everything else. But the bottom line is that if she's still dealing with the baby father and they still fucking and she still got feelings for him and they still seeing each other, she's still trying to work things out, get a relationship with him, knowing the relationship with back. For you single brothers with no kids, I advise you back off You keep it real with them and move forward. Because trust me, you're not gonna win. It's gonna go bad. It's gonna go rotten. You're gonna end up having a fight with the baby father, and I'm telling you, the relationship is gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell. A lot of these single mothers are not good mothers just because they have kids. They're not. Just because you see them have a bunch of kids, you see them probably, you see them, thinking, you see them making you believe that they're good mothers, but reality they're not. Because a lot of these single mothers are secretly hoes, they're secret gold diggers, they're secretly desperate for men. They be on social media trying to look for a man to be with, to try to raise, try to help them be with their kids and all that, trying to be a good role model for their kids and all that stuff. And you're not the only man they trying to get this with. They trying to do this with other dudes and stuff like that. Because a lot of these single mothers are just chasing after men and dick after dick. A lot of these single mothers don't even want love. A lot of them just want to use the man for money. They just want to use men for dick, because a lot of them are, a lot of them just want dick. Not all of them, but a lot of them just want dick. And trust me, and you trying to love the single mother, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be fucked on this with the baby mother and the baby father thing. Knowing that shit didn't work out, and knowing if you and her don't work out, I'm gonna be 100% realistic with you. Possible chance you and her break up, nothing works out, blah 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 anymore. Possible chance she's still gonna try to creep up with the baby father because he's an extra dick on the side, and knowing he's still living with her, she's gonna be like, okay. I'm gonna tell you that a lot of these single mothers claiming they're not with the baby father no more, they're over them and they're not feeling for them. Here's the real truth: they're not completely over them. You wanna know why they're not over them? They just use that to just manipulate you and to fool you on thinking they're over them, but reality they're not, because they still arguing with them about what they went through in the past relationship. They sitting here fussing and fighting with the baby father, saying he did wrong and da la la. And trust me, they going back and forth arguing. Trust me, if you at work and you not in the house, they secretly still arguing, fussing and fighting. And on the down low, he's saying a bunch of lies to her, manipulating her just to get pussy out of her, get a blowjob and all that shit. Trust me, I know for a fact that's true. And it is true, they are still fucking the baby father on the down low while they with you. And then, she still got him sleeping in the bed and still in the house and all that, because she still has sympathy. She had too much sympathy for him. Because a lot of them single mothers still have sympathy for the baby father, knowing he was a no good piece of shit. They have too much sympathy to let them go, because they're emotionally tied to them because of the kids. And they're allowed to be treated like shit and being used for their pussy by the no good baby father, because they get manipulated because they have kids, and they allow that them having kids together as an excuse to just get mistreated by them, because they allowed that. Because like I said, when you have kids with a cursed man or any man, you know how that goes. The emotions come in even more. You're going to become more emotionally tied by that person, and it's going to be much harder for you to get away from them. You're going to be more emotional. They're going to be more emotionally tied to the cursed deadbeat father. Knowing he no good, they still going to be talking on the down low. Once they claim they don't talk, they still talking on the down low. They still trying to convince them to be there for their kids, like knowing they don't give a shit, because they still trying and consistently trying years after year, trying to get them to be in their kids' life, knowing the father don't even care about being in their father's life. They don't give a shit. Knowing he's no good to you, he's no good to your kid, he's not a good role model. And it's like they still trying to do it because they have too much sympathy, and they're emotionally tied still with them because of their kids. And I'm gonna tell you that about a lot of these single mothers and how they are. And you brothers with no kids, you need to hear this real clear. A lot of them are not looking to date you brothers for good reasons. I'm gonna warn you on that. They say they are, but they're not. Because a lot of them, I'm gonna keep it real with you brothers. A lot of these single mothers are emotionally scarred. They're emotionally fucked up. They're destroyed. They carry so much emotional baggage from their past, and they haven't let go of the past grudges. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, a lot of these single mothers are suffering from mental illness. They're mentally scrambled, they're mentally fucked up. And I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of these single mothers' mentalities and their IQ is very low because of all the kids they have by these different baby daddies and all these different men. And like I said, the more kids you have by different men, the more their IQ gets lower, and the more dumb bad choices they're going to consistently make in men. That's how dumb a lot of these single mothers are becoming, because they allow their feelings to get to them, and they're so busy arguing and putting so much stress and energy on trying to work things out with the baby father, and the fact they let that dude get them pregnant again. They go through miscarriages or abortions, and at the end of the day, they end up getting pregnant more than once. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of these single mothers did not get pregnant. A lot of these single mothers, I'm gonna just be real with you, bro. A lot of these single mothers secretly had abortions. A lot of them had miscarriages. And a lot of them got pregnant more than they tell you. They didn't get pregnant 2 times. A lot of them had miscarriages, abortions, that got pregnant more than once. But they had miscarriages and a lot of abortions. A lot of these single mothers are like that. Not all of them though. But a lot of these single mothers do that type of nasty shit. A lot of these single mothers are chasing after men, chasing after dick. And especially when it comes, and they get a lot of government assistance, you know, like food stamps and welfare and all that crap. And you know how these single mothers are, they act like they so independent and blah blah blah. We don't need a man and blah blah blah. You know how that goes. And especially the black single mothers. Let's get that straight. I'm not saying all black mothers are like that, but I'm keeping it real. And I know they're gonna get pissed off, but they act like they're so independent because they're getting government assistance, and they got their little master's degree, and they got their little food stamps, and they got their own house. They got their own house, and they got their own whatever and money. They feel like they so independent. They be like, I don't need a man, and niggas ain't shit, and da da da. They be on Facebook talking about this shit, and I know you brothers peep that shit, and you know, they be telling their homegirls like, girl, we don't need, I don't need a man, cause niggas ain't shit. All they do is just wanna use you, make a baby with you, da da da. You know, they talk a bunch of shit about these men, about to their homegirls and all that. They do really do that shit, and that shit off hardcore fact. But the truth be told, I'm gonna be real with you, single mother. Y'all keep consistently blaming that niggas ain't shit, but I'm gonna be 100% real with you. You ain't shit for dealing with them. You ain't shit for allowing them to knock you up. You ain't shit for allowing them to bust their semen in your pussy. And you ain't shit for still trying to get with them and still having sympathy for them after they cheat on you, fuck you over, fuck different bitches behind your back or in your face. And you still ain't shit, and you ain't shit for allowing them to consistently run trains in your ass and make multiple different babies with you and still not be there for you, because you feel that, oh, if I have a baby by him, he gonna stay around and be a man. He's not gonna stay like that, dummy. He ain't gonna stay. If he ain't stay with you when you had the first kid by him, what makes you think he gonna stay if you have a second or third or fourth kid by him? He ain't staying, because the reality is he don't give a fuck. He just comes around just as usual for pussy, because he know you just gonna open your leg like a dummy, and you just gonna let him fuck. You just gonna let him fuck just like that, because a lot of you single mothers are very vulnerable like that, and them cursed no good deadbeat men, baby father, they know you're vulnerable like that, and none of you single mothers open your legs that easily for any man. Y'all that vulnerable like that. Because y'all don't think with y'all brains when it comes to men. Y'all think with y'all vagina, y'all think with y'all emotions, y'all think with y'all feelings. Y'all don't think straight. And a lot of y'all single mothers are carrying past grudges from those men. And y'all sitting there be like, oh, why I can't get a good man? Oh, why I can't find, why I can't get love, and why I can't find a good man to be with me and help me with my kids. Let me explain why you can't get it. Because you basically fucked up your chances of having a good man by having all these different kids by different baby fathers. Especially if you have more than like 4 to 6 kids and you had about different fathers, you pretty much done. You pretty much can't get a good man at that point. If you had 6 or more kids, you pretty much done at this point. You can't never find a good man because you're gonna put all that stress on a man that have no kid, and you're gonna be golden out of his finances so he can take care of your kids because you struggling to find and take care of your kids because you can't afford to take care of all those kids because you got so many kids by so many different fathers. You struggling financially, and a lot of these single mothers don't even have jobs. They still live with their parents and everything else, which is true. A lot of these single mothers do have jobs. A lot of these single mothers don't. There are single mothers who have their own house. Some of them don't. A lot of them have their own money. Some of them don't. It's basically out of balance, what I'm saying. And brothers, I'm telling you, a lot of these single mothers are just trying to trap y'all. The ones who have no kids, they're just trying to trap y'all. Like they did with the baby father. They basically trapped them. They argue with them and all this stuff. You know, saying you don't love me. You know, they go through this negative emotional stage with them. You know, just to try to keep them around. Trust me, they're gonna argue you down just like them because they haven't healed from that, and they still got them around. They haven't healed. So chances are, those single mothers who they claim they look for a good man and everything, they fucked up their own chances from getting a good man. Because they allow their past grudges and their emotional ties and their mental problems that they having, you know, what they had in the past with their baby fathers and everything, screw them up, and they're the main problem why their relationship don't work out. And if they so much of a good woman, for you single mothers out here, y'all say y'all good women and everything, right? I'm gonna ask you a big question. If y'all so much a good woman, why y'all can't keep a man? And why every man that y'all had left y'all, cheat on y'all, screw y'all over, and basically you fucked the good man over by still dealing with the baby father and still having sex with him on the down low and giving into his manipulation line game, still secretly in love with him and everything else? That's a good question. That's another brother, and that's another thing you brothers need to watch out for. You know, she might say she has feelings for you, but she secretly still has feelings for the baby father, because that feeling will never go away. As much as they say they're not together and all that stuff, and blah, 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 much she told you that, reality is, trust me, brother, she's still bullshit on that, because 9 times out of 10, once your relationship with you and her don't work out no more, trust me, I'm going to keep it pure, 100 hardcore real with you, brother. She's still going to try to work things out with the baby father, and she's still going to try to get back with him. Knowing things went bad in the relationship, she's still going to try to work it out with him and still try to get back with him. Trust me. And you're going to be like, man, what the fuck? I thought she was over him and everything. You know, trust me, she basically lied to you and played with your damn feelings. Trust me, they do that stuff. Because they're not really serious when it comes to a man. They're not serious. You can't even take a lot of these single mothers seriously. They always on Facebook. And trust me, you single brothers, you know you see them on Facebook, bitching, whining, crying, and going off on every man, saying they ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, y'all are responsible for your kids and da da da. And you know they have so much negativity to say about every man. Because I'm gonna be real with you, a lot of these single mothers are out for revenge towards men. Because they allow the past, they allow their past of dealing with cursed fucked up men, made them bitter, angry, and they made them to treat every single man like shit. And to do wicked deeds toward these men. Like they trapped them on child support, because the baby fathers on child support. So trust me, a lot of these deadbeat baby fathers, even some of the good fathers, are on child support. Because a lot of these single mothers are gold diggers and they want more money and they greedy. And they don't even lose that child support for the kids. A lot of them are selfish. They don't even use the child support for the kids. They use it for themselves to go out for the club, you know, shake their ass, you know, to waste their money on dumb shit, just to waste their money on themselves, to get weed, makeup, all kinds of shit, man. They waste their money on stupid shit instead of wasting that child support money for the kid. That's what it's called, child support, right? And you're supposed to waste that money on your fucking kids, not on going to the fucking club, wasting all your money, shaking your fucking ass on different dudes looking for a man to take care of your bastard ass kid and get dick from them and everything. You waste your money on weave, looking like a weave hair hooligan freaking hoe. You got all that makeup on. You waste your money on makeup. You waste all your money on clothes to make yourself look good. But your kid looking all messed up. They looking dirty. Hair all messed up. All that shit. Trust me, a lot of you single mothers are guilty of that shit. Y'all know that shit is true about yourself. But y'all can't handle the truth by yourself when we both try to keep it real with you single mothers. Y'all want to get mad and offended on this stuff. And trust me on this, single brothers who have no kids. You will not win with a single mother when it comes to kids. Trust me. You're not going to win. I'm going to be with you. Not going to win. I'm going to explain why. You can tell the truth about... You can basically try to tell the truth to her about her kids and how they act. She's going to be so good to defend their bad behavior. Because a lot of these mothers worship their kids. Which is true. A lot of them single worship their kids. If you know some Facebook, they always claim they love their kids and all that. But you don't know how they treat them behind closed doors. You don't know how they treat them behind closed doors. That's another thing you need to you single brothers need to people. Just because you see them saying they love their kids on Facebook and everything else, you don't know how they treat their kids behind closed doors or social media. Because a lot of them don't know their kids, as they say they do, as they post up pictures of them and all that other stuff. A lot of these single mothers are pretty much manipulated. They're wicked. They're evil. Their minds are mentally fucked up. A lot of them suffer from mental illness. They're emotionally unstable. They're emotionally wrecked. They're gold diggers, and they're basically highly confused when it comes to men. They always make poor choices still when it comes to men. And trust me, a lot of single mothers are very picky when it comes to men, and they still pick the wrong men at the end of the day. They waste their time with dogs. They waste their times with, these no good piece of shit dudes who run in the street. Trust me, I dealt with a single mother just like that. And I'm not with her no more. Because I told her straight up on her face how everything went down. But she couldn't take it very well, which I completely don't give a fuck. Because I'm not going to say take care of your bastard ass kid. I'm not going to say deal with your fucking piece of shit drug addict, no good baby father. I'm not putting up with y'all fighting and arguing and you having all these twisted mixed feelings and everything, and you keep claiming you love me and all this other stuff. Nah, B, nah, I'm not dealing with that confusion and all that. And then you run your mouth to your family members about what's going on in your household. Then they got on Facebook and everything. You see how that backfire, right? And you see how that backfire? It didn't work out. Too many red flags that I saw exposing in that relationship I had with this single mother in the past. And everything. She keeps saying she loved me over and over and over, but I know that's a bunch of BS. How can you say you love a man knowing you still had the baby father sleeping in your fucking bed, you was still secretly letting the nigga fuck you, you went to the bathroom, gave him a blowjob and all this to jerk them off and everything, and then you said you was still confused saying you still want to get back with him, saying cause you was claiming that you was tired of him, you was done with him, and all this other shit, and blah blah blah. But once you got with next thing you know, you like, oh, I'm done with him, I don't want to be with him more. But you still have sympathy for the dude to still let him stay in your house because you're too lazy to let him go. You just looking for a man who's gonna be Superman, to get you out of that cursed relationship because you're too lazy and weak to get your ass out of the relationship with that cursed baby father. He no good. He busts cursed semen in you, all this other shit. And that's why I'm not, and it makes me feel like I'm not gonna deal with a single mother because of the way they are, and what I analyze and what I peep and what I see how these single mothers are in real life and on social media. I've seen it in both categories, so I know what I'm talking about. And for you single mothers who dealt with single mothers, y'all need to come out the closet. Y'all need to admit it. Y'all can comment on it below and what y'all feel about these single mothers and what y'all went through. Y'all can be 100% pure realistic. Cause I could come out 100% pure realism what I went through with them. And I'll tell y'all the story what I went through. Cause it's gonna come out. Cause these single mothers, man, I'm telling you, I'm not saying every single mother is bad. I'm not saying all of them are bad. Cause there are some good single mothers out there who know that take care of their kids and handle responsibility. That's good for them. That's what they're supposed to be doing, right? And here's the thing. You should not as a single man with no kids, you are not responsible for their kids. You're not responsible for them because they're not even your kid. That's supposed to be the so-called baby father job, right? To take care of their kids, take care of that seed, right? You just taking over another. You're just like, it's like a video game with these single mothers. You know, they had a relationship with this man. You know, they delete the save file and all that, and they try to start off fresh. You know, and you're just picking up at the leftovers. You just basically the leftovers. You know, you just start a new game. They starting a new game like, oh, let's pick a new man, start a new chapter. Well, it's not gonna work out. So, you know, they starting to start the new chapter with you and all that. But the baby father's still around. She still has so much 17 feelings for him and everything. She keeps trying to tell you, oh, we not together no more. Nah, she still having feelings for him. She's still arguing with him with the baby mama drama and baby father drama, which I don't have time for that whatsoever. And trust me, and a lot of single mothers like to suck the freedom out of a single good man. Because like I said, a lot of them are out for revenge. And a lot of them are wicked. And a lot of them are not good mothers. As they say though, just because they have kids, don't mean they take care of their kids. A lot of them are hoes. A lot of them are careless. A lot of them are not even responsible. A lot of them don't even have jobs. They don't have their own place or none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're not good mothers either, because they're doing stuff. They're focused on other stuff that isn't helping themselves, and it's not helping raise their kids and put clothes on their kids, and and to provide for their kids. They waste their time going out in the shit looking for a man, trying to take care of their freaking kid, chasing man after man after man, and all this other shit. And next thing you know, when you don't want to deal with them, they ready to jump to the next man. I'm telling you, brothers, that's just the straight out truth about single mothers. And a lot of these single mothers are emotionally destroyed, they're mentally destroyed, and trust me, it's not gonna work out with them. It's not gonna work out with them. It's not gonna work. I mean, a lot of these single mothers are not even worth love, as they claim. There are some good single mothers who deserve it. There's a lot of them who don't, because they're full of shit, and they just wait and they just waste time. They just like to waste us single brothers' time, and they sitting here stressing us out, stressing you single brothers out who don't have no kids out, trying to waste your money to take care of them and a crazy ass kid. And trust me, and a lot of these single mothers like to make a whole bunch of excuses, oh boy, about why they can't make time for you and all this stuff, because they work too much, so I can't make time for you, da da da. I can't make time for you because I gotta work, man. They find a whole bunch of excuses not to make time for you and everything. They're gonna be too busy. They're gonna be too busy for you to even make time for you, to spend time with you, none of that shit. They like, single mothers make a whole lot of excuses, man. They make a whole bunch of excuses. And trust me, and you single brothers don't have to waste your time dealing with it, man. Cause you single brothers are pretty much in financial risk dealing with these evil, wicked single mothers who are just using men just to pimp them out of their money, pimp y'all out of their money, and push y'all on child support and try for you to have a baby with them. And trust me, don't even try to do friends with benefit with these single mothers, because trust me, it's gonna backfire on your ass. And you have to end up, and especially if she's no good to you, and she's not really good to you, and and she's still dealing with the baby father, still allowing him to fuck and all this other stuff, and you get that girl pregnant and you have to put her up, oh boy, you trapping, you done. You're gonna be another deadbeat. You're gonna be another one who's gonna be put on child support too, and she gonna try to suck money out of your paycheck, and your paycheck is gonna go to that child support. You ain't gonna have no money for yourself, none of that shit. This is the delusion and the red flag and the danger of dealing with single mothers. The biggest dangerous red flag in dealing with these single mothers out here. A lot of these single mothers and trust me, just because they have kids, and just because they keep consistently saying they're good mothers, they have a massive rig, they have their own house, all this other stuff and like that. Let me keep it real with you, bro. That doesn't mean they're good women and they're good parents. That don't mean that. You gotta look much deeper in there. Besides that, it's a lot more to these single mothers because they're very delusional. Very delusional. I talked to single mothers and I dated them. I only dated 2 single mothers. That's about it. I'm young and I'm not. It's not even worth wasting time dealing with single mothers like that. Especially if they're black. Especially if they're black or whatever race. Because a lot of black single mothers, they're so out of control.